Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody. Well, this week we have a great event that's happening tomorrow, and we are I've got some news about me, and then we'll also be covering stocking schedules because we got to follow the stocking schedules because that's the fun part of fishing. We get the big ones, we get the little ones, and we get the excited little fishies in the lake. All right, so news. I'll give you. You want good news or bad news first? We'll give you the bad news, and then we'll cheer you up with the good news. What do you think of that? It's usually what I like. So, bad news is my neurological illness is actually getting worse. So, because of certain episodes that's been happening to me, I can't drive for a while. Not legally, anyway. So I'm kind of grounded. I'll be, it's kind of a hit and miss, you know. I won't be going to Lake of the Woods not very often. And, because that's a drive. But where I live is nice. I mean, I got the Link River right out here. I've got Yawana, got Klamath, Upper Klamath. I got some fishing right outside the house, and so that's kind of nice, huh? And it'll make me focus on very local neighborhood fishing. I'll be focusing on neighborhood fishing. Now, we have an event coming up tomorrow. And there are two reasons why I picked Klamath Falls to retire in and to die in. It was two things: bird watching and fishing. Those are the two things. And really, it was the people too. In the end, it's always about the people. People make the place. And I love Klamath Falls residents. I really do. And you see that in me when you meet me. So tomorrow at Veterans Park, they're having the 25th annual Migratory Bird Festival. And that is a huge deal for me. I mean, I will have a booth there. So me and my youngest daughter, Elizabeth, will be there. And we are going to be selling and helping. We'll be selling my art and my baits and an assorted sundries in our booth. And you can meet me. You could ask questions about fishing, even birds. I mean, I'm more of a songbird guy, songbirds and raptors, than I am a waterfowl. I'm not very good with waterfowl. In Fresno, we had a lot of waterfowl. You think I'd be good at it since I had the Wild Bird Center there. But tomorrow's going to be a fun day at the park. Weather's supposed to be pretty good. And it's just be a nice thing for you guys to come down and say hi to everybody. And they're going to have music, birds, events, and it's going to be a fun day at Veterans Park. So hopefully you can come down. I make not only arts and baits, but I also make cribbage boards. I'm kind of addicted to making cribbage boards. I really should see Cribbage Boards Anonymous, CBA, if such a thing exists. But I've been busy, and you will be seeing. I've got a rack of baits right next to me, soft and hard. Now, I will tell you, too, that they because the water is warming up, I know it's been a weird week weather-wise for us. It's been sort of hit and miss. Last week we had really warm weather, and then this week, kind of cool. And stormy a little bit. But I've got some really amazing suggestions for you to use out on the lake. Now, because I can't drive, it will limit my accessibility to certain species of fish, but trout are hitting really good. In fact, even the Link River is starting to hit. So you're also seeing really good catches up in Upper Klamath and Agency lakes. And those are very, very good, very small spinners, even flies. So if you're fly fishermen, go out there and work the flies. And they're just starting to get really exciting. And you can get some beautiful red-banded trout up in the upper lake. And the Williamson's River, the Woods River, big browns in the Woods River. Just, I need a car. I need a driver's license. Well, I have a driver's license. I just can't use it. It's very frustrating. You know, when I was a young child, our mother, well, all of our mothers, if you're a boomer, if you were punished, you were on restriction, right? You were grounded, and I've been grounded for life a couple times. Mom got a little overexcited about my activities, and we were kept indoors because it wasn't no fun staying indoors. I mean, we wanted to go outdoors and have fun. We wanted to go hiking and biking and go to the beach or whatever. We just wanted to have fun, you know. Yeah, I feel grounded. I feel grounded right now, and it's just not good. I'm 60, and it's like I don't want to be grounded. I ain't do nothing bad. My brain's breaking, and I've got many little issues, and the brain is just causing my body to do stupid things. But yeah, what can you do? Take more medicine. Hope we can figure it out. And in 6 months, I can get back to driving in time for ice fishing season. So I'm thinking about some. Well, I've got to do some big lifestyle changes. So enough of that. I know, talk too much about that. Now there's a soft bait that is an amazing soft bait, and the soft bait, if you ever look it up, it's called dancing bones. Dancing bones. These are very expensive, by the way. The plastic I use is a really good plastisol, and it's very durable. But dancing bones are fairly fragile, and it's got just appendages that wiggle like crazy, and come into the spawn, which is what we're seeing right now. It is a great bait to just bounce off the bottom and crawl it. Dancing bones for the big fish is just a really good bait. You can buy them over at Lake of the Woods at the marina, or just email me, or stop by my booth. I think I have one package. They're hard to make. When you make baits, especially soft baits, you got to create the formulation. I mean, and then you got to get it up to 350 degrees, and then you're going to be mixing in your colorant, and then you got to put it inside your little shooter tube, injector, and inject it into the mold, and then break open the mold and do it again and again and again. So if you guys wonder why I charge so much, well, I don't charge a lot, but for hand poured baits, I have some beautiful 6-inch swim baits too. And again, big baits work in our area. You really got to try throwing a big bait, a 6-inch, a 7-inch, an 8-inch. These are killer baits for the lakes of our area. Lake of the Woods, I can't tell you how effective a big bait is in Lake of the Woods. The soft swim baits, what you could do is I usually run an 8/0 beast hook in it, and I skin hook it up on top. So as the warmer water hits, I could toss it in the middle of a weed bed or a lily pad area, and pop it up on the lily pads and then let it float down. Pop it up and let it float down. By doing that, it looks like a dying fish, and boom, you will get a hit. It's completely weedless too. I mean, it's fun. Those are fun. So on these, I actually, it's kind of fun to play with different colors. Red, white, green, pumpkin green, green pumpkin, whatever you want to call, and then salmon color. I'm a big lavender guy. I like lavender on my baits. Lavenders have a high refractive quality in the water, so they almost glow, and it really gets the fish's attention, and it sets up their alarm bells because they actually think it's a predator coming at them, and they just strike it out of instinct. They don't think twice. They just, they don't have to be hungry. But the lavender is a great thing. Also, dark colors. Please look at dark colors. Do not ignore black baits. I know there are certain lakes dark color works better than other lakes. Stained water. When you are in a lake like Upper Klamath or Agency, using a dark color because it's stained water. Stain means there's no clarity to it practically. Fish work off of profiles, not off of colors. And so when you use a dark bait in the stained waters, that's more effective. Think about if you go 5 feet down in a stained water, which only has like 18 inches of visibility, what kind of light is down there at 5 feet or 8 feet? Not much. Not much at all. So highly refractive baits or spinners, there's no light hitting it. So they're basically dead on arrival. They just don't have you need light to hit these highly refractive qualities. So lakes like Lake of the Woods has beautiful clarity, 12 to 15 feet of clarity. And you could just have a good old time with brightly colored, spinners, metals, highly refractive colors, in a clear lake like Lake of the Woods. So definitely think about that. So dark baits in dark water, bright baits in bright water, in clear water. Now, dark baits always work. They just work better in dark water. I love black and blue. I like deep purples in my baits. And these things right here they just work really, really well. So now as for hard baits, right now a jerk bait or a square bill bait would work really, really well. And so I really focus this time of year on square bills and jerk baits. Also, you may want to try a chatterbait. Well, what's a chatterbait? So chatterbaits is basically a jig with a little lip that chatters. And you put a soft trailer on it. So we're going to take a pause right now, and we're going to go into our next segment, continuing some of this conversation, but we'll also look at stocking schedules for the next couple weeks. So stay tuned, and thank you so very much for joining me at Terrible at Fishing. Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody. Well, continuing our conversation of fishing. Now, there's a very exciting, our next free fishing weekend is June 7th and 8th. June 7th and 8th. Okay, remember that. But definitely June 7th, because at Lake of the Woods, you'll be able to meet me again there. It is the children's event. This is probably the most wonderful event you will ever participate or even observe. You have no idea at how wonderful that event is unless you've been there. So, what is the children's event on June 7th? Because 7th and 8th is free fishing for everybody. But what we do at Lake of the Woods is that we bring in a lot of trout. All right. We have a large, like, stand-up pool. It's not really a pool, but it's sort of like we'll call it a pool. And we put trophy-sized trout in there. And then we net off part of the marina. So it's basically an aquarium. And we throw in a whole bunch of other trout. Now, in the pool, that's 6 and under. So children that are 6 and under and with special needs are going to be fishing in that pool. We supply basically sticks with string on it and a hook, and they can pull them up. And if you've ever seen, well, I'm sure you have, but little itty bitty 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds catch a fish, or a child with special needs. This is the happiest moment, I think, for me, let alone for that child. It's magical. Really is very, very magical to see the wonderment, the awe, the sometimes the fear. But we have lots of volunteers. Now, the cool thing too, the ones over 6 are going to the marina and catching fish. Then what do you do with the fish? Well, then you could take it to the Boy Scouts over at the cleaning area. What they'll do is they'll clean the fish. Then what do you do with it? Then you can take it over and you can have it cooked. So basically, for the children, this is a great catch and cook day where the ODFW is there, Smokey the Bear is there, the fire department is there. It's a big celebration of fishing, and hopefully get the children excited about fishing. Not only, and then eat the fish. And this, you're wondering, how much does it cost? Nothing. This is a free community event for Klamath Falls and the surrounding areas. People from Medford and Ashland and people from all over the state, but most of it's southern state, come over to Lake of the Woods. And we never run out of fish, by the way. After the children's event over, we just dump the fish into the lake. And then, Sunday is a great fishing day because, it's still free fishing. So you just bring a pole and go fishing. So 7th and 8th, but June 7th is the day of magic or of wonderment or of just happy faces and some fearful. Sometimes special needs kids gets a big fish and they run. Oh my goodness, it is so cute. It is so cute. But there's lots of people there, and we'll just have such a good time with the kids at Lake of the Woods. Again, tomorrow is the Migratory Bird Festival. And let me go over. ODFW has a recreation report. And May 15th, they put out their recreation report for this month. Again, they're reminding you guys of free fishing on the 7th and 8th. They're not, I don't see too much there about Lake of the Woods. But now you know. Now, I will tell you, too, this time of year is birds are nesting, baby birds are, eggs are hatching. And being a wild bird guy, and we used to have a store called the Wild Bird Center, what they would do is bring us baby birds that they find on the ground. Let me dispel a few myths, okay, about baby birds. One, songbirds, they have no sense of smell, none. So the wives' tale is that if you touch it, the parent birds will reject it because they can smell you. No, that's not true. All right. When it comes to songbirds, they have no sense of smell whatsoever. So if you do find a baby bird and you see the nest, you can get to it, you can just pick it up and put it back in the nest. Fine. Now, some baby birds are learning how to fly. And so what they'll do is they'll sort of fall out of their nest. Mommy is standing by. I will just tell you this, that mommy is standing by. They are not unattended birds. What's funny is watching them try to land. We used to have a nest of scrub jays in our backyard, and every year those poor babies would follow mom over to the neighboring tree, and they'd hit the branch and hang upside down and then fall. This time of year, when it comes to bird watching, is just, well, it's highly entertaining. You really need to come to the park tomorrow and understand what's going to happen. Now, when it comes, just leave birds where they are. Mommy and daddy are actually keeping track of their own young. So don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. And it is just a fun time of year for bird watching because the spring, spring is sprung, and it's just beautiful to see not only the adult birds, but the baby birds. Now eagles. Here's a trivia question. I think I've told you this before. The average bald eagle's nest is about 3,000 pounds. I know, 3,000 pounds on average, and they could be 2 tons better on their nest. Bald eagles' nests, and we have a lot of bald eagles in this area. As they mate for life, and they build the same nest, and they don't use itty bitty branches. No, they use big branches, and that tree can fall. It happens a lot that bald eagles will fell trees just by their nests. But what a beautiful sight! What a beautiful sight! So let's go over some of the stocking schedules for this next 2 weeks. So let me pop in the dates here, and we're going to cover this week, and we're going to cover. Let's go to the end of the month because why not? So let's go to Lake of the Woods. Lake of the Woods. All right, Lake of the Woods. Well, I didn't pop anything up. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're working on it. Come on, Mike. Where is it? We're just going to go to our zone. That's what we're going to do. Why did it do that? Oh, my computer is just acting up right now. Just acting up. So, all right, Thompson Reservoir. Nothing this week, but We're going to just go through this list right here. Anna Reservoir's got 2,400 legals being stocked. So check out Anna. Phillips Reservoir, 9,500 legals. Oh my goodness. Lake of the Woods is getting 1,600, 1,000 legals, 600 trophies, 19th through 23rd. So that's Lake of the Woods. Now, again, there's going to be a big stock the following week, of course, for the children's event, but they'll be held for the children and then released into the lake what isn't given to the children. So, but that is kind of what we're looking at. So next week, we will have at Lake of the Woods 1,600. That'll be a great stocking, by the way. Really good stocking. Now let's see. Go to a different area. All right. So Fish Lake has got this week actually they got 4,500 legals, 500 trophies. That's a ton of fish for a little lake. So 5,000 plants just this week. So head up there and get some of those. Fish Lake next week is going to get 3,500 legals. So there are some, Fish Lake's going to be a hot lake right now. Very easy to catch a trout there. Really easy. Use power bait, use spinners. Just have fun grabbing it. Lost Creek Reservoir. Okay, this week they got, I almost said it, 11,500. So 10,000 legals and 1,500 trophies at Lost Creek Reservoir. Again, it's a big reservoir, but it's a fantastic stocking. Applegate Reservoir. If you thought that was a lot, they got 15,000 legals and 500 trophies. Willow Lake, a small lake, 5,500 stocking next week. 4,000 legals and 1,500 trophies. Howard Prairie next week is going to have 7,450 legals being planted. So Hyatt Reservoir is going to also get 7,450. Medco Pond, great little pond. You guys got to check it out. 2,000 legals. What a great, you just pull them out. 10 Mile Lake, again, is going to be getting 3,000 legals. There are, you can't go wrong in the next couple weeks. Medco Pond this week got 2,000 legals. So it is just, was it Lake of the Woods? Well, that's Lake in the Woods. What? I think that's a misspelling. No, Lake in the Woods is a different lake. Anyway, tons of stocking. ODFW is just dumping a ton of fish in the lakes right now. Don't forget the rivers. Again, Link River. I know it's the shortest river in the United States, but it's got great water flow right now, and the trout are big in it. So that's a really good little, local spot I'll be hitting. So you'll probably see me out there. And then, the Williamsons, the Woods, the Sprague, Lost Creek. It's just, oh my goodness. We just got the best of fishing right now. And the trout and the cold water fish. Gerber, don't forget about Gerber for pan fishing. Willow Valley for big bass. There are some great lakes right now. If you aren't excited about the best fishing season we've ever seen, you should be, because this year is going to be the best fishing year we have ever seen, and I can't believe I can't drive. So, take care, everybody. Tight lines to you all. Have fun out there, and please stop by Veterans Park tomorrow at the the Migrating Bird Festival. Ah, I can't even say it. Take care, everybody.